Welcome back to the third most racist podcast on the internet. We're still doing inventory management because I don't know when to stop and start recording. But the point is we're making good progress, I think. I think if you were to get a stopwatch and time how long all the episodes are, I think we're doing pretty fine. Pretty average for this game.
I don't want to say the world's greatest speed run, because it's not.
No. But I feel like it feels longer than it has been.
Especially
because
for us.
We're just doing it in like small increments. But I think, like I said on like the first episode, I think the fastest I've ever done the game to get the good ending was 3.5 hours. So I guess I'm probably not going to hit that this time. But I know it can be done even quicker. You can get the good ending and do it in like 2 hours. So, but I think that's like if you don't fuck up at all, which I certainly have a couple of times. Anyway, that man no longer has a head, so that's fun. I enjoy
Sucks
that.
at him, loser.
Yeah.
What idiot.
Honestly, anybody that's not got a head anymore is really stupid.
Yeah.
Just ask them.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, look at France.
Yeah. Look at their royalty, look at their aristocracy.
Yeah. If they didn't want to not be dead, they should have kept their heads on.
Yeah. That's not fucking rocket science, is it? I didn't even know what rockets were back then.
Yeah.
Mental.
That was their problem.
That was the thing, yeah.
If they
had a rocket science, well, they certainly needed to know about brain surgery.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a given. What was that thing? Like shining just now.
No clue. I haven't actually been paying attention to what you're...
I'll figure it out.
I've just been buying crypto off some dude in some other country. I've just been rug pulling this guy. Some funny... I wasn't paying attention. I just know I'm rich now. He's not.
Yeah, pretty much. How do I leave? I don't have the information yet. Can I...
Hacking the mainframe.
There's no like back button on here. Oh, there's back, but it's for backspace. Okay, yeah, there we go. One of the things I like about the lab is there are a bunch of game cubes here that you have to put the MO discs in, and they didn't bother. See, that's what. But they didn't bother changing that for the remaster. Like,
So it's just game cubes in.
So there's still game cubes in like the PlayStation version. So I don't know, it's kind of cool in my opinion.
Wes is like, I wish to power the most powerful and evil game console ever, Game Cubes.
I remember when like it actually mattered which console was the most powerful. No one gives a shit anymore.
No,
and they never should have. It always should have been about.
Well,
games.
basically, it's like
it, honestly.
It's like who's the least fuck up, Sony or Xbox, and Nintendo's over here being like, we're just doing our own things, charging an outrageous price for all our games. What's that? You want a 10-year-old game, new? Too bad.
Yeah.
60 quid. Complain more, and I'm changing that 70.
It's like you want a port of a Wii U game, but with all the touchscreen features removed. $60. It's a candy dish, Ned. $90. I guess you could put a lot of things in there. No, just candy.
It's basically just Nintendo like power-ups. Did you? So you know, like I've never been a fan of F-Zero because I've never played them, but I know of them.
No, I'm not.
So I remember hearing a story about some dude saved a bunch of money, bought a bunch of stocks or shares. I don't know. I think it's shares.
Yeah.
So he became a shareholder. So he could go to a shareholder meeting and then ask about F-Zero.
That's bonkers.
Where's a fucking Captain Falcon game? I didn't like. Only reason I know who Captain Falcon is because of Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
And
Same. Like,
and that clip where he just jumps out of his thing and just.
I think most people sort of in our age group who, especially if they're not from America, like if you lived in one of the countries where Nintendo wasn't a big dominating force in the game market back then, you probably only knew Captain Falcon from either Smash Brothers or Smash Brothers Melee or Brawl if you're a little younger. Like, but that's it. Like that's how I found out who he was. I was unlocking him in Smash Brothers and being like, who the hell's this?
Yeah, it's basically like because at the very first Super Smash Brothers, it's like, who the fuck is Ness?
Yeah, I didn't know who Ness was because obviously Earthbound wasn't released over here.
And it was
the Snes console was not a big hit in the UK, which is strange because if you look at the American SNES. Can I be asked to put it on the screen? I think I can. If we look at the American SNES and next to our one, theirs is way uglier. I'm sorry, like Americans, your SNES is repulsive.
Because it ran on concert,
Yeah, it's just running high fructose corn syrup. Why is it purple? what were you thinking? See, ours is nice, elegant, and it's got that big eject button like a VCR. Love that.
Enough shitting on Americans' poor taste in console colours.
Yeah, I mean, the SNES is a great console. It sold very well over there. I guess the aesthetics didn't put them off, but man, is it ugly. But yeah, so it just didn't sell well over here, so it's not surprising that a bunch of good games just didn't release in the UK. A lot of them I didn't play until like the days of the Virtual Console. I think the first game I ever bought with Wii points on the Virtual Console was Chrono Trigger, and I did not regret that purchase. That was a good game.
I know there's loads of ports of Chrono Trigger, but there's like a minefield of which ones are the good ones and which ones are like the bad ones.
Well, I'm sure plenty of people out there can tell you that I haven't got a clue, but I enjoyed it on the Wii Virtual Console. It froze one time, but I think it really was just that one time.
Yeah, I just remember hearing if you buy this version, like this port, like it has crapper music and like something goes wrong or was left out, and like whenever you get I'm thinking of basically everything Konami does when it's like we've do you want the special edition of Silent Hill? Cool. It may in fact curse you. It's speaking of Silent Hill cursed, literally anything they've done in recent years.
Permission denied. How about you deny these nuts? Got him.
Did you see that fucking Silent Hill new game that takes place in like Germany or something like that?
Oh yeah, the message or the hidden message or some shit. Absolute fucking shit. Like just complete garbage.
The message is like through most of the game is like suicide's pretty badass, and then the other maybe not.
Yeah. Alright, there you go. Okay, we're making progress, guys. We're 7 minutes into recording, we've made some progress.
You've hacked the mainframe, and
we've unlocked some doors, basically. Yeah. And really, what is Resident Evil if not a series of locked doors being unlocked?
If someone came into the game with a crowbar, they would be unstoppable.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of the thing with Jill. It's like, it's a slightly easier campaign because you know how to pick locks. It's like a bunch of the doors can just be opened. I just want the fucking battery. There we go.
The tin of beans.
Yeah, I want my keys.
No, but like, the idea like, Jill, you'll be great here because you can unlock these doors, and she goes up to it, and it's like, this needs a statue of a Pegasus rising up. It's like, the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Jill, unlock the door. I can unlock it if with some lockpicks. I need a fucking statue of a knight in plate mail.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's bizarre. The world of Resident Evil is very.
Yeah, we basically.
We talked about this earlier, right?
Yeah, Logan was playing Resident Evil 4 Remake, and since that's taken place, I always said the reason why Lisa Trevor and her family were tortured to death and mutated was because the father, the architect, fucked Spencer over on the house. But it turns out then that's just how normal. It's just since Resident Evil 4 takes place in Spain or some country in Europe which speaks Spanish but isn't Spain. I came to the conclusion well, maybe it's just the way people act in this universe.
Yeah, I think so. Like, we say welcome to the apartment. So obviously you sign here, and it's like, can I get the keys? Certainly. Here is your towel and rubber duck, and you can figure it out from here.
Well, first thing you need to do is go outside the apartment block and climb up from the inside.
It's like, what's that? What's this? I can't get into my own house. It says it's locked from the inside.
Yeah.
All right, hand me that diary a second. I think I read something about this. Yeah, that's just how life is. It would be shit to live in the Resident Evil world. And before we even talk about bioweapons and stuff, just going about your day-to-day business. Like, I need to go make a transaction. I got to go to the shops real quick.
Remember to lock up as you take a book out of out from underneath the fireplace and change the time on the clock.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
But the burglars must be the smartest people in the fucking world.
Certainly smarter than those burglars that got bummed.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've all heard about this. These two burglars have broken into a notorious rapist's house, and they were raped for their troubles. Which obviously is awful, and that punishment doesn't fit the crime. However, it is hard to be terribly sympathetic.
I think the fact that we read it, your mum came round and she was like, was it your mum or was it Gemma?
It was my mum.
Yeah, and she's like, and the guy who wrote it did actually write bummed.
Yeah, he didn't like savagely raped. Like he was just So clearly the journo thought it was funny.
Because you're bummed. It's like saying, "Oh, he got bummed" is a comical impression, like some sort of like cartoon. Like no, he was held down and sodomized for God knows how long.
Yeah, it does. Suddenly,
that
when
bites
you say,
a bit more.
Okay, yeah, when you say it like that, and I just said it's hard to be sympathetic. I am sympathetic.
Yeah.
When you say it like that. But from the wording of bummed, yeah.
They wanted to break into a house so they could raise money for an orphanage, and then it was savagely sodomized.
Good night, everybody.